Love script, 0% completed. In the digital age, everyone carried their heart on their sleeve, or rather, on their screens. The Love Script app was the ultimate arbiter of fate. It scanned your life, your interactions, and your vibes, producing a glowing progress bar that predicted your romantic destiny. For Yuto, the screen was a constant, mocking reminder of his solitude. No matter who he talked to, or where he went, the numbers never moved. Outside the train window, the world was a flurry of high percentages. Yuto watched a couple on the platform, their floating holographic bars shimmering at a blissful 87%. He sighed, adjusting his glasses. He wasn't looking for a miracle, just a sign of life. He felt like a background character in someone else's blockbuster, a sketch left in the margins of a busy world. He retreated to the city library, a place where stories lived in ink rather than pixels. That's where he saw her. She was sitting by a window, bathed in the amber glow of the setting sun. But something was wrong. Her form flickered like a low-resolution video. One moment, she was a fully rendered young woman, and the next, she was a series of rough pencil sketches. Yuto's phone buzzed violently in his pocket. He pulled it out, and his eyes widened. His bar was still at 0%, but as he pointed the camera toward the girl, a massive, golden progress bar appeared above her head. It read 98%. She was almost at the end of her story, yet she looked like she was falling apart. "You can see it, can't you?" she asked without turning around. Her voice had a strange melodic static to it. "The script is running out of pages. My author stopped drawing 3 years ago." She finally turned to him, and Yuto saw that her eyes were the most finished part of her, deep, soulful, and filled with a quiet desperation. Her name was Shiori. She explained that she was a lost draft, a character from a manhwa that had been canceled before the finale. She was stuck in the real world, searching for someone who could help her reach the final chapter. "If I stay at 98%, she whispered, "I'll just flicker until I'm erased. I need an ending." Yuto decided he would be her author, even if he couldn't draw a straight line. They spent the next few days together, wandering through the city. He realized that Shiori didn't want a grand wedding or a dramatic sacrifice. She wanted the small things, the taste of cold ice cream, the sound of the wind through the trees, the feeling of a hand holding hers. As they walked through a park, Yuto watched her closely. Every time he made her laugh, her image stabilized. The rough sketches filled in with vibrant colors, and the static in her voice smoothed into a warm hum. He wasn't just observing her. He was participating in her life. He was giving her the details the original author had forgotten. "What's the final scene supposed to be?" Yuto asked as they climbed the stairs to a high rooftop overlooking the city. The sky was a bruised purple, dotted with the first few stars. Shiori stopped at the railing, her form glowing with an internal light. "A goodbye," she said softly. "A story only matters if it concludes." They stood at the edge of the roof. Shiori's progress bar appeared again, hovering in the air. 99%. The air around them felt charged, like the moments before a summer storm. "I was afraid of the end," Shiori admitted, her hand trembling as she reached for his. "But having you here, it makes the ending feel like a choice, not a mistake." Yuto took her hand. It felt solid, warm, and real. "You're not a draft anymore, Shiori. You're my favorite story." As he spoke the words, the bar ticked over. 100%. A brilliant white light erupted from her heart, turning her into a shower of golden ink droplets and glowing flower petals. "Thank you for making me real," she whispered into the wind, her voice a fading echo, even if only for a moment. Then she was gone. Yuto stood alone on the rooftop, the silence heavy around him. He pulled out his phone. His progress bar was no longer at 0%. It showed a steady, hopeful 1%. He smiled, realizing that his own story had finally begun.